What's good? What's good? We're here with another video, and today I want to come on here and I want to talk about mental capital. I want to talk about why that is very important to your trading because your mental capital is actually far more important, far greater than your actual capital. Your mental capital is what gives you the ability to be able to create more capital. And what you have to understand is that your decisions have a cost to them. Every decision that you make in trading costs something. Just like when you go to the store, not all items at the store cost the same. Same way with your decisions. Not all your decisions that you make in trading are going to cost the same. Some decisions are going to be very costly, and you come into trading with a mental capital. Every day you have a mental capital, and some days it's not going to be the same mental capital because you have everyday life that you deal with as well. So some days you're going to be a little bit more confident than others. Some days you're going to be a little bit um, more, more, I guess, doubtful than others. And you have to understand those things, and you have to understand that you have a certain budget for the day. And if you make these decisions that's very costly, you're going to end up going bankrupt for that day. And what does that look like? That looks like you putting yourself in major drawdown, or losing a funded account, or blowing a funded account, or blowing an actual live account. And a lot of times, what I'm saying, when you go bankrupt on those days, you can't cover the cost because your mental capital is all depleted. So you have to grab into the reserves of tomorrow's mental capital. And what does that look like? What do I mean by that? That means that you're going to go into the next day timid, scared, not ready to push the button, afraid, wanting to change things up. And that also leads to more damage, and then the next day more damage, and that's how you end up depleting your mental capital for the week and for the month and for the year. And that's how you see so many people going years and years, months and months, without really able to find any traction because they're always depleting their mental capital. You don't understand that your mental capital is actually very important. So, I wanted to get that little lesson. It's like you have to understand that you have a mental capital, and that your decisions that you make are going to cost you. It's not the trading anymore for a lot of us. A lot of us have gotten to the point where we can be consistent, where we know how to win, but it's when we take those losses. And it's also when you take the wins too. I can't even lie, because what you do after the win, it's the decision that you make after you do something. Because you have to understand that every decision you make in trading, there's gonna be some positive side to it or a negative side to it. So if I go back into the market and I take another trade, and I already won my trade today, then okay, yeah. If I win, then it's like, oh, good, like I made extra money today, this and that. But what if I lost? Then I'm thinking, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I was being undisciplined. I probably should have just did less. So you have to just be comfortable with the decisions that you make, but also understand that the decisions after those decisions also are going to what count. It's going to be what counts. So if I win a trade, those decisions are going to count after I win that trade. If I decide to be done, I have to be accepting of that. If I decide I'm going to go in the market, I have to understand that I have potential to lose the trade again. But a lot of times we go back in, we lose some of that money, and then we're like, damn, I lost money that I made today. I need to get some of it back. And then you try to get some of it back, and you lose more. And so that's how you end up with a $300 profit day turn into a $50 profit day, because you did too much. Sometimes you don't even get that lucky. Sometimes you end up in drawdown for the day because you're doing too much. The decisions you're making deplete your mental capital, and then those things develop scar tissue. It develops mental barriers and paradigms that are being created because you're like, this is my reality. I can't seem to get past this number. I can't seem to get past this amount. I can't seem to get myself out of drawdown when I get into it. And then you start believing that that's really your reality, and it's not. And this all comes from mental capital. So understand that. Try to accept it. Try to apply it into your trading. And so if you ain't willing to grind, you ain't willing to shine. It's simple.